Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. It must be Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, and you're here for the Ask Dr. Ron Facebook Live. And I'm glad to have you here. So, as you can see, my lovely co host was unavailable for today as well. So, we're going to continue on with the show. We have a great show lined up for you today. I've got a good friend of mine that's going to come on and talk with us today. Miss TQ is going to be telling us about her event that just took place and about the children that she's looking to help with her event. So I'm so excited to hear about her today. It's as always, I have several shout outs that I have to do at the top of the show. So I'm going to get right to it so we can have more time to talk to Miss TQ. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of our healthcare workers, everybody that's on the front line working to help keep us alive. This thing with the pandemic is still out here, and I tell you, it's many people that are still getting sick and not doing well with this pandemic. But the healthcare workers on the front line help keeping all of our family members alive, and I just want to give them a shout out because I tell you, they've got a job. Without them, I don't know how our family members would be able to survive this corona, including my mom. My mom had corona, and now she's home doing well for herself. And I am so glad that she had a good team of healthcare workers that was there to help keep her alive. She's at home and doing well, and I want to thank each and every person that sent prayers her way. Definitely thank you because without your prayers, no telling what might would have happened to her. So I want to thank you all for sending up your prayers on her behalf. I just thank you. I can't thank you enough because I appreciate all that have sent up prayers for us and our family. So all the healthcare workers, we send a special prayer out to you for help keeping our loved ones alive and keeping them doing well to be able to get them home. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to all the pastors that are out there. Pastors that are out there doing their job, keeping us spiritually motivated and uplifted, especially at this time during the pandemic, because it is a very difficult time. You know, pastors are not able to conduct their normal operation by having their churches opened up and folks coming to sit down and get nourishment as they normally would. And I just want to give pastors a word of encouragement, let you know that I'm praying for you and keeping you uplifted and encouraged at a time like this because this is not a normal time. And I want to give a special shout out to my mentor, Lord Michael Hunt. Dr. Hunt has been on the front line teaching each and every day since the COVID started back in March. He's been on the front line and he's been keeping us spiritually uplifted. So I definitely say a prayer for him each and every day because I want to keep him encouraged and uplifted during this time. Also, I want to give special prayer up for all the people that have lost loved ones during this time, whether it be from violence, whether it be from the corona. I just want to let you know that we here at the show are praying for you, keeping you uplifted, keeping you encouraged at a time like this because people are not able to say goodbye the way they want to during this time. And I tell you, it's a very difficult time. But we're here at the show are praying for you, and I just want to let you know that we are praying for you and keeping you uplifted. I want to give you an update on the CNN is reporting that there are 7.8 million cases in the United States of corona. And to date, we have 215,000 plus people that have died from corona in the United States. This thing is still out there. And I encourage people to take it seriously. And one of the things that I do here at the show is I wear this shirt on every broadcast in solidarity to all those on the healthcare field that are in the front line that are doing their job. And I'm going to continue wearing it on each show because I want to let them know that I'm in solidarity with them and what they do. So when you see me with this shirt on, that lets you know that I'm in solidarity to all of the people that are on the front line helping keeping our loved ones alive. And with 215,000 cases of corona in the United States, they are saying that 5% of the people that get corona are going to die from it. So we just pray that they're able to get good treatment and good health care to keep these folks alive. I tell you, it's not a good thing. People are sick. They're not feeling good about it. And we just praying that they able to get good health care to keep them up and moving and keep them up and moving so they can survive this. And I know that we've been getting good weather here in Chicago, and the weather will probably begin to get bad. And they think, they're not sure, that the corona cases are going to go up in the Chicagoland area because of the weather change. So I'm praying that many people begin to buckle down, stay home, stay out of the way, just go out when you have to, and don't have to live through this corona because it is making people very, very sick. Okay? So I encourage you to stay safe. Stay safe. I can't say it enough. Stay safe. Okay? All right. So now, moving right along, the next thing I want to do is I want to go over and talk about the advertisers that are on my website. And the first thing you're going to hear is my theme song. We're going to play the theme song. And then right after the theme song, I'm going to begin to talk about some of the advertisers and the people that help make this show possible. So you all stand by, and here we go.
Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Whatever you're feeling, he will give you healing, he'll inform you. Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Entertaining news, political issues, local and globally.
All right. I want to invite you guys to go over to my website, www.ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you guys to check out my advertising. A lot of good information there on the website. You get a chance to see some information about me. You get a chance to see some information about some of the other people that I have worked with in the industry. And then you'll come down, as you scroll down, you'll come across a place where people advertise with me. And this is my first advertiser, National Block Club University. Mr. Cyron Smith has been with me for several years, and he has an organization that helps block by block with protecting the children, providing services for seniors, and also working with all age groups, block by block, all across the country. If you go to his website, you can click on the banner. This will take you right over to his website. And when you get over to the website, you'll be able to see what his plan is. Reach out to him and ask him what you can do to help make your block safe. He has a plan that has been working for over 20 years now. Reach out to him to find out what you can do to make this plan work in your neighborhood. National Block Club University. All right, my next advertiser, Chief Nomo's Oasis. Chief Nomo brings in products from the west coast of Africa, primarily Ghana. He brings in clothes, oils, soaps, all sorts of products, moringa seeds, and he offers them up on the south side of Chicago. He also does health consultations as well, especially with Corona going around. Chief Nomo can sit down with you and recommend what is best to keep you in good health. He also specializes in alkaline water and the benefits of it. So click on the banner, it'll take you over to Chief Nomo's website, and he will be more than happy to set an appointment and sit down and talk with you to help you bring your health in good shape. RRJ Webb. RRJ Webb has been with me for over 10 years. Mr. Ralph Jenkins will help you design, host, and do maintenance on any type of web product that you can think of. If you got something in your head that you want to try and help develop, Mr. Ralph Jenkins at RRJ Webb can sit down with you and help you put that product together. Mr. Jenkins has been working with me for a very long time, and I tell you, everybody that I bring to him, they are so satisfied with him. He brings out whatever problem you may be having with your website or your web solutions. He can help you find a problem for it, solve the problem, and make it work better than what is working right now. All right. And a new advertiser that we have, Prince Hunter Financial Group Solutions. Prince Hunter, if you are interested in learning how to do trading, learn what trading is all about, whether it's the forex market or the stock exchange, Prince Hunter has a class and a program that can help you learn how to make your financial future secure. Prince Hunter is also offering a free consultation. If you reach out to him, he will be more than happy to sit down with you and show you a free consultation, what you can learn out of a free consultation. That's Prince Hunter Financial Group. Click on the banner, it'll take you right over to his website, and give him a call and tell them you're interested in talking with them about doing a class with him, so you can find out all the information that you need to know that he can offer, and tell him you heard about it over here, because I got a special with him over at the Prince Hunter Financial Group, and I want many people to go over there and ask him about what he does, because if you ask that question, he's going to show you what it will take in order to get you involved with financial security. Okay. All right. And last but not least, I have Mr. Port Again Sam. Now, Port Again Sam was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's a regular, been with me for over 15 years. Sam has been bringing the best wines and spirits from all over the world and bring them right here to our Chicagoland area. And Sam was telling us that he's got his holiday seasonal wines and cognacs coming in for the holidays. So next month he should be arriving and coming in, and you'll be able to talk to him about what his new seasonal wines are. And I'm so looking forward to it, because I'm going to be going over there getting some of that cognac that he's going to be bringing in. I tell you, it is the best. If you like sweet, if you like dry, no matter what you like, Sam has got it. Okay? So just give him a call, click on the banner, set up an appointment, tell him you want to do a wine tasting, you like to find out what he's got going on, and check it out. I tell you, Port Again Sam has the best from all over the world. You won't find anything better than what's going on with Port Again Sam. All right. Also on my site, you'll find affiliates. We have Chicago Communicator News Media. They were on with us last week. and talking about what's going on over there on her news network. Also, you will see information about Soul Street Collective. They are one of the best bands in the city of Chicago, and they are up and working now. They're doing events all across the city of Chicago. So you can click on, go look for them on social media and find out where they are. Support Soul Street Collective. That is one of the groups that I support very heavily. They do a great entertainment. If you've got a special event coming up and you want somebody to be a part of your event, reach out to them. They will be more than happy to let you know where they are and definitely willing to give you an opportunity to book them because they're trying to get their thing going again after this COVID-19 has slowed a lot of things down. I'm not going out, but you can go out, and they're out there doing their thing and making everybody have a good time. So while you're over on my website, please check out all the tabs that I have. I have Cash Crowdfund, which is an opportunity to make money, be gifting money to one another so that we can keep money circulating in our communities. All through the community, we are supporting them. It works. Cash Crowdfund is information on there, what it is, what it isn't. If you have questions, reach out to me. I will show you how you can make some money with cash crowdfunding to keep the money circulating in our community. Please fill out the contact card. We want to be able to keep information coming to you with what's going on. I have a YouTube channel, Ask Dr. Ron. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like and share all of the information that you see here on the website. That's what keeps information floating around. That's one of the things that we like to do is put good information out there so everybody can see what's going on and where to get these products, goods, and services from. Support our vendors. Please support our vendors. If you want to be a vendor, let me know. We have advertisement specials available, especially coming into the holiday season. If you want folks to know where you are and what you got going on, please let me know. And I would be more than happy to sit down and talk with you about what we can do to help you get more people coming into your products, goods, and services. All right, I'm so excited today. I got Miss TQ. She's coming on the show now, and I tell you, she just did an event not very long ago to raise funds for her children's group that she has, Rubies of the World. And I tell you, I'm so excited to get her on the show because, you know, she's a very busy woman. When I called her up, she had to go check her appointment book. I don't know. But I was able to get her to be a part of what we got going on over here at the Ask Dr. Ron show. And right quick, I want to say shout out to my co-host. I just seen her send some hearts up. Miss Chantree, she's listening. So I'm glad she was not able to make it on live, but she did chime in, so that's a good thing. So before I go, without further ado, I want to introduce to some, and and get everybody a chance to be exposed to my good friend Miss TQ. Welcome to the show, Miss TQ.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
Well, I had told you long time ago that I was going to get you on my show. And of course, my format has changed since then, but I'm so glad to have you to come on. And I know you just did a big event, so I know you're probably still exhausted.
I always have energy, so it just got me more pumped up.
Yeah. Well, so how was your event? Tell us all about it.
Okay, the event was it was amazing. It really was amazing. We was raising funds for a show, and to pull it off due to COVID, we had a lot of restrictions, which we was able to work through there. So we went Facebook Live for the ones who could not attend in person. They was able to watch it live. And so we had Eventbrite, in which I want to thank everyone who did buy tickets and those who donated, to the cause. So the event, it was a hit. It was a hit.
Okay, and then it was a fundraiser to help children in what way?
With a show, At first, Ron, Rubies of the World is a nonprofit organization, and we have a signature club, Rubies in Training. So at first, I was in 2 locations for after school program. So when COVID hit, now I'm sitting here like, okay, now what? And they already doing e-learning on Zoom. So I was going to bring the Rubies in Training on the Zoom. But then I thought, like, would that really be effective? It wouldn't even be effective to me. That means the kids have to sit again on Zoom for another program. So that's when I decided, You remember, Ron, back in the days when you was little? I don't care what was going on around you. When your favorite show came on, you was in that television like this,
Mm-hmm.
and you was glued. So I went back to old school. So we give the kids something entertaining, educated, like exciting, and help them be more engaged. I'm all for that. In order to pull that off, I needed to raise the funds so that way, one, I need a building to create the studio, the space for it. So that way I can decorate and set the scene so when the show come on, they're looking at the Ruby show. And so that's what the fundraiser was for, to really bring life to the Ruby show for boys and for girls. Because a lot of people thought Rubies of the World mean for women, for young girls. I'm like, no, Rubies, how we came up with the name, God inspired me with the name. Rubies exceeds diamonds. A lot of people did not know that. And a lot of kings and queens were majority of rubies in their crown. So when I started reading the research on a ruby, how powerful it is, and when you wear a ruby, it gives you confidence. And it really brings that positive spirit out. So I was like, that is something we all need. So that's how Rubies of the World came about, because we want to have this impact everybody around the world. So then I had to think about it. Rubies of the World is for adults, because that's when we empower ambassadors, because we have our own ambassadors, Dr. Ron, that's going to be situated in different states. So that way they're our legs, our hands on for the youth in that state. Then Rubies in Training came about when we thought about, before a ruby is bright and shining, you know how I go through the polishing stages to remove the flaws? They go all young ones. They're going through polishing stages, removing all the things that they created when they was little stories. We're in a story-based world. So that's how Rubies in Training came about. Everything they go through, everything they see and they hear is part of their training and development. What better way to do it? With a show. So I'm not going to spill everything about the show because it's going to be exciting. But the things we're putting in place, it's not an ordinary show. This is a very extraordinary show that's being created. So that way the kids get a mixture of everything. They get different assignments, even for the parents. The parents don't want to be glued into the television to watch it with their kids. And just to bring more mental stability, because it's COVID. If it's stressing parents the way it is, you know what it's doing to these young ones.
Okay, so everything that you raised at the fundraiser, it went into accomplishing getting a facility that you're going to turn into a studio, which you're going to be recording and then broadcasting everything that you all are producing at the studio. Did I have it right?
Yes, you had it right. And the goal is 25,000. So we didn't raise 25,000 yet. So we're still, people, it's not too late. People can still donate. And we're looking for a secure building. You know, I don't care if it's an office space, but we need a location where we can do the filming. And also we have like Ruby bags and Ruby handbooks that we will be creating. So that way everyone that wants to be a part of it, that's tuning in, the parents can write in, let us know their children ages, names, and they will get surprised by an ambassador of Rubies of the World at their home with a Ruby bag. So this is bigger than anything. So when the kids sit next to them, and they may have a Ruby pillow, you know, but to watch a show with something from Rubies of the World, you know, when you have something from a favorite show that you're watching, that makes you feel more connected, right? Makes you
Mm-hmm.
feel more connected to that show. So that's what we're out to accomplish here, to make sure these kids have somewhere they feel alive. Because school was a lot of kids, let's be honest, was a lot of kids' escape route.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't hinder everything to happen to them at home, but at least when they're looking at the show, it's really like they're going through some training, mental training, that these kids will feel empowered to be able to speak boldly for themselves, to be able to be creative again in that space of quarantine. Instead of looking negatively at it, they'll look at it positively. What can I do now? Even with the parents, different exercise one that we do with the parents that will show them a different way to communicate with their children. We did 2 skits at the fundraiser. People was like blown away. A simple one, Michelle, one with you. Now, we had a young girl climb on the table. She knocked over a glass of milk. Her mom screamed at her, "Sit your bad self down." So then they paused. So I said, okay, let's look at what happened. The little girl climbed on the chair to reach the milk and knocked it over. Does that make her bad? Everybody, even the kids, like, no. Now let's redo it again. So the little girl climbed back on the chair again, reached over, knocked over the milk. Her mom said, "Did that work for you to stand on that chair to get that milk and knock it over?" So now, instead of her thinking she was bad, she's thinking that didn't work. Next time we'll ask my mom. So it's all about the choice of words, Ron, that you use with kids that will shape them. Because if her mom just said you're bad, every time she made a mistake, she would think, I'm bad, I'm bad. And as adults, we grow up with that childhood memory of what our parent or guardian said to us.
Well, I wish y'all had parents around like that when I was coming up, because my mama would have knocked me off the chair, clean across the room. I'd have still been trying to figure out what just happened. You know, my mama wasn't that nice. You knock something over in her house, and then you got to get up after you wake up from getting knocked out, and clean up the mess you made. Okay, so I learned a whole bunch of lessons, but it didn't have nothing to do with my mama being nice. I can tell you that. so, so what are the age groups of the children that and the parents that you're working with?
The age group for the children, right now, we're starting at 6 years old, all the way up
Hmm.
to 12th graders.
Okay.
We're gonna next year sometime, in the middle of next year, we'll have some for the little ones. But right now we're getting them from 6 years old and up, because at 6 years old, that's when things do happen, and that's when the stories are created of what happens to kids. So we want to kind of catch them then with their own training development, so that way they know how to deal with things that happens to them, instead of creating a whole big story of what happened. If someone dad leaves, uh, millions are so no security there. Millions just gonna leave out your life. That's a story you just created. Only thing happened is your dad left. Whatever reason it was, we don't know. But to shape them at 6 years old all the way up to 17, 18.
Okay. So now, do you have to have a child for a parent to be involved in the program, or
No.
can parents just come and glean all this knowledge that you're putting out, just in case they don't have children yet? They're like, look, I can take a pre-parenting class, come over, hang out with y'all, learn all y'all good stuff, and then not make as many mistakes as a parent. Because I used to tell people all the time, there's no right or wrong way to be a parent. You know, um, my mother did the best job she could, for the era that we were in. And she when I accused her when I was 30 years old, and I accused her of child abuse on me. She said, so, she said, she said, you turned out okay. So I said, okay, I guess you did a good job. So, but 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 I understand that from then till now, things and awareness and what we want to try and be more aware of, because she could have caused brain damage. Thank God she didn't, because she hit me with everything that her hand found, but I know that there is a better way, and I know that, and I was just talking about this earlier today. What we say to our children does have an effect on them. But I'm gonna let you answer the question, and I'll go back to my statement what I told somebody earlier today. Go ahead.
Okay, so that was a great question. The parents, that's how we create ambassadors. So there are parents who do come to me for coaching, or people who's not parents yet. Some adults, we do coach them. And if they want to be a part of being an ambassador, we have two type of ambassadors. And some ambassadors behind the scene, they're getting coaching while they're helping facilitate everything for the Rubies, getting the bags together, making sure the assignments go out on time, so that way the parents and the kids are involved. Then we have our ambassadors that will be like in-school ambassadors, two per school, that will make sure that the lessons and assignments distribute to the kids the proper way. So parents, people who do not have kids, I'm coaching, they always texting me and getting coaching, and that's what I'm in school for. I did 1 year, now I'm in it again for a second year, to make sure that I'm equipped with the communication and the listening, and being grounded in the distinctions that's used for this program for it to be effective.
hmm Now, one of the things that happened in schools, I'm going to say about 10 years ago, one of my co-hosts, Dr. Pam, was a school teacher, and she did a show centered around bullying. And when she did that show, I was kind of like, well, to me, I didn't quite understand it because I didn't have any small children or anybody that was in high school, grammar school at that time. And I'm like, well, why are people going home committing suicide because of what somebody said? And she explained to us that, the cyberbullying is such a hurtful thing, and kids were being traumatized by it to the point where they didn't want to be here anymore. And I know when we were coming up as young people, because they didn't even call us young people then, they just called us little kids or badass little so and so's or whatever they wanted to call us at the time. We responded when they called. That's the best way not to get smacked. Whoever she called them, boy, everybody just hollered, "Here I am!" you know. But our parents also taught us that sticks and stones may break our bones, but names will never hurt us. That was a very common something that we live by. If they put their hands on you, now you got, the right to defend yourself. But if they don't put their hands on you, they can say whatever they want, freedom of speech. And I know that, about 10, 15 years ago, it was a real big issue about what people were saying, and it was a serious issue to the point where they had to address cyber bullying. And so I know that, is that something, have you run across that as still being an issue, that the children are so hypersensitive now that you gotta monitor what they're being exposed to because of the fact that they feel like they might want to, teenagers or whatever might want to hurt themselves?
Yes, I'm gonna give you two incidents. I was a parent advocate at Thornridge High School,
Mm-hmm.
and it was this young girl, very like mean, had picked a fight with two young girls. So when I went over there to speak to her, she was the one being a bully. She was bullying them, and the girls kept saying, "I don't know why she keep picking with us. I don't know why she keep picking with us." And just having a conversation with her, that's when we discovered the little girl was watching her mom get beat up
Mm.
regularly at home by her boyfriend. She felt helpless, peeking from her door, watching her mom get slapped around. So to show her own strength and power, she would come to school and just picked on the other two. And it wasn't, she had nothing against the girls, but it was because she felt powerless at home. She wanted to redeem herself by jumping on two other defenseless girls. And when I had a conversation with her her mom didn't even know that that was affecting her daughter to bully other girls because she couldn't help her mom. So with the kids, I always let them know, somebody calling you out your name, you ugly, you stupid, you a B, you a this, it's because someone has been saying it to them over and over. Hurt people always hurt other people.
Mm-hmm.
And so we start real young letting them know that. I have students right now. It's so cute, Dr. Ron, that will still call me here and there. Ruby Queen TQ, you have 5 minutes? Because they already know you have to ask. You just can't call someone and just be blah, blah, blah. But they will ask and request 5 minutes. And when I sit there and listen to them while they share, they end up discovering for themselves because they've been through the training with me already. And the young girl was just complaining about her cousin. Then she was like, wait, Ruby Queen TQ, I made up a lot of stories. I see where I need to take responsibility because the way I was acting at her birthday party, I made her feel that way. And this girl's only 10.
Mm.
But kids pick up real quick. In the training that they go through, it's like transformative learning. I don't sit there and just say, this what you're supposed to say, this what you know. They have to, their brain go through a discovery. And by them looking for themselves, that's when they had an aha moment. And that would stick way longer than sitting here saying, don't say this word. Like I would write on the board, it's a word we would not use in this signature club. I didn't tell them what was. I just wrote on the board. They started hollering, try. I said, yes. 93 things that you guys would try. I'm going to start off with the first one. I would try to lose weight. Wrote it down. Asked the little girl, she's about 7. What would you try to do? She said, I would try to do my homework. I said, how did that make you feel? Right away, Dr. Ron, when you ask them a question, their brain going through discovery. It's looking.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, kind of boring. Like, I guess I'll do it. So I asked one more student, asked him how he felt. He told me. I said, okay, now let's watch. I scratched off try and I scratched out everything said try to. They lit up. I will lose weight. I will do my homework. I said, now how did you feel? Like I would actually do it. That worked better than me saying, we don't use the word try because try gives you permission to fail. Some may catch it, some may not. However, when you're doing transformative learning with these kids and they're looking and discovering for themselves, it has a lasting effect because now they got the chance to discover it.
That's a beautiful thing. So,
Thank you.
how many years have you been doing this now? I know you said you were doing it in the schools at the after school program. How long? How many years?
Yeah, I started in school last year and I did it at the San Reg Community Center, but I created Rubios of the World 2017, just getting everything groundwork, getting the 501c3 together, getting it trademark. 2018, testing out. You know, I had a pilot school, and then I was just doing a lot of assignments on parents, guardians, and students. So 2019, that's when I went to Lavasol, and then I went to Calumet Sand Ridge Community Center. So that's where I positioned and stationed myself, and that was effective. And then the Mildred School, I forgot the name of Mildred, it's off on 79 in the city. They was like, we need Rubios of the World in the school. So they invited me to speak. That's when I met Schofield, you know, Schofield from the radio station there and everything. And we were just about to get everything together. So Rubios of the World can come to the school, but that's when COVID hit a month later. So now everything went into a halt. So that's why this show is really needed because the students that I spoke to, they had me speak to 6, 7, and 8 graders. And I took a lot of pictures with them, posted on my page, and they was just lit up. They was lit up, and the parents got a chance to see me work with their kids. And even the principal was like very impressed. It was very effective.
So you basically had to reinvent yourself based on the fact that COVID-19 came in, and now you're taking your show. Now you're going to be doing internet broadcasting for your shows or your lessons, because they're basically lessons, right?
Yeah.
So
But it's going to be a show too. We're going to entertain them from the beginning. We're going to act out different scenarios so that way kids get it when they see it visually. Something that happens to different people will be act out. and then they'll have different ways on how would you respond, really. And then at the end of the show, because beginning of the show gonna be amazing, and at the end, that's when I will administer the assignments for them to do, because throughout the whole show, they got a chance to be looking, participate. I will have some of them say, "Hey, who emailed me this?" and pull up my email right there, and whoever email I pick as they commenting or on the link, then I will read their name and let them know that they will be receiving a Ruby bag for participating and for me grabbing it. That way it keeps them engaged, so they won't just feel like I'm watching the show. It's powerful. And I will have parents and I will have other students on the show. And that way they can see me work with someone live.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it's a connection there.
Yeah. So, when do you plan on launching these shows, or can I ask that question? Is it still up in the air yet?
No, it's still in the mix. Like I said, the only thing we're waiting on now, I'm having a conversation also with a guy about getting my own channel. And so that way I don't have to only depend on YouTube. But once I get a channel, then I can be able to broadcast it on, different cable channels. So working on that. The building is the key.
Okay.
Because every day, Ron, I'm already working on the song that's going to open up the show. I got the person that I'm putting in the studio in 2 weeks to cut the song. So I'm working behind the scene. So once we get the location, it's on. It's on.
Well, see, now you all understand why I say it's so hard to catch up with this lady. When I first met her several years back, I think we were at a restaurant having lunch together, and not together, but she was at her table, I was at my table, and we started networking, because that's what people do when they come together. They start networking, and we tried to connect even for the rest of that year. She was so busy, like just all over the place, like running here, there. Oh, like, I'll get back in touch with you when I get a chance. And I think maybe we talked one more time that year. And then I follow her. I'm a fan, or I mean, I have to say fan, because if I say stalking, then people get nervous when you say stalking. So I say I've been a fan of her for all of this time, keeping up with some of the successes that she's been having in business, because she's always about business, and she stays busy, and I applaud her. She has a multitude. She's got a conglomerate. She's got a multitude of things that she has on her plate that she does. So, I'm always supportive of businesses and people's success when they're trying to do something. But I know this is definitely a project that's close to your heart, dealing with the young people. So I'm so glad that it is coming together for you. I have your information on the page here. We've got rubiesoftheworld.org, where you can get all of her contact information. You can send her an email, reach out to her, have her phone numbers, and be able to communicate. It's not too late to support what she is doing. She said that early on, that they're still accepting contributions. They're still looking for people to get involved. If you have a passion in your heart for young people, now this is right up my co-host alley. Miss Chartrice loves things dealing with young people and children. Okay, and I tell you, this would have been right up her alley to connect with you and talk about, dealing with the young people, because that's right up her alley. I mean, she loves it. I mean, anything dealing with young people, we were talking about before the summer was over on whether or not she was going to send her kids back to school. She lives in the Chicagoland area. And she had determined even back then that she was going to homeschool, because you cannot send your kids back into an environment that, you never know what they're going to come in contact with and then bring it home. And by this corona still being so dangerous and still being so, not in control, that she decided, just like many parents, that she was going to keep her child at home. And her son went away to college this year. So, and then they're doing video teaching at the colleges. They're not going into classes or lecture halls right now because there's still a unstable health environment in many, many places. And some of these schools, they have began to shut down because of these people got out there and started acting crazy. Right quick, I want to give a couple of shout outs. I see Jeanette just came on the line. Shout out to Jeanette. Donald Green, all the way out in Arizona, listening to the show. Appreciate him listening. I see you got a few people on the line on your end. You want to shout out anybody while you got them over there?
Let me see who all on there.
It's good to tell
I know
people.
Slim Kim was on early. I saw her. Lynn Blue, thank you, Lynn, for getting on. My CEO, Milton, is on. So there's a lot of other people texting me like I'm about to get ready to get on. So I know a lot of them are going to watch it afterwards. So definitely.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's always good to shout people out to let them know that we see them on the
Yes.
line. Because
Yes.
like I said, it's good to let your stalkers know you see them. It's a beautiful thing. I like to tell them thank you because I know they got plenty of other things they could be doing right now, but coming on, being a part of what we got going on over here is a beautiful thing. So, um, so I'm gonna ask you this question because I know it's always something that you need or that you can get more of. So, what would you put your petition out to people that you need more of?
Oh, that's a great question, Ron. Thank you for asking that.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, two things that I really am in need. Anyone know a location? I have a 501c3. If you can tell me where's a spot, because they do have grants out, and they told me in order for me to qualify for the grant, for the funds, I need an office space or a building. I just need a space. If anyone know of a building where I can lease, that they're, you know, available, please reach out to me and let me know. And then at the same time, it is not too late for you guys to get involved. If you want to be an ambassador, if you want to donate, contact me through rubiesoftheworld.org. My phone number is there and the email. So make sure you guys reach out because this is not only for other people's kids, this is for your family. Even if you don't have kids, this is for you because we're in the world with these kids, with these other parents, because this assists everybody, the whole family. So, Dr. Ron, I want to acknowledge you for being really consistent. I mean, you was still keeping in touch with me and everything like that. And I really want to thank you for following me all these years and then still saying, hey, I see value in what she's doing and inviting me. You didn't give up. You reached out again. And that's why I made sure I made time. So I want to acknowledge you for being who you are, to making sure that people get what they're doing, get it out there in the world to as many people as you can. So I really appreciate you, and I want to thank you for bringing me on tonight.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I'm gonna go back and ask this question again because you didn't say how big of a place you needed. You just said need a place. Okay? So
That's right.
sometimes you got to
They be
be
talking about a little shack.
specific. You got to be specific with what you asked them for, okay? Because somebody might donate their garage to you, and that might not be big enough. They might have a half a car garage with nothing in it, and they'll say, "Oh, y'all can come on over here." So now I'm gonna go back and say, be more specific with what type of place that you are looking for. 1 story, 2 story, 3 story. What do you need? You gotta,
It could be,
give an
I thank
idea.
you. It could be a 1 story, a building big enough, you guys, like you can sit 2 living rooms in. Okay, you've been inside studios before. I need enough space that I can move around and I can be able to set up the different sections that they would need. So 2 living room size, like 1 story building, don't have to be 2 story, but just starting off with 1 story building, office space or 2 office space combined.
Okay.
Is that specific enough?
Yeah, I just want to know because you just said if y'all
No,
know a
that
place.
was a great question.
Yeah,
Somebody may say, hey, we got a attic.
right, right, right. Some folks might want to help you and point you in the direction of something. Well, my friend got a garage down the block that he'll rent out, and then you go down there and look at that. What I'm gonna do with this? Okay, so that's why I say you got to be a little bit more specific, you know, and then you got to keep in mind that you're talking about doing production. So now you're gonna have equipment involved as well. So it needs to
Yeah.
be able to handle the necessary equipment to be able to do audio. So it's gonna need to be soundproof, and you're gonna need to put lights up, so that you can have the proper electricity for lighting. So I know a little bit about something about production. I only been in it for
See,
45
I
years, so I
see.
know a little something, something. You know, so there's going to be some requirements that are going to be needed when you go into this place, and maybe in the beginning not heavy production, but just enough to be able to get things up and going. So, and we want to try and support you as much as we can. I'm saying this publicly, so you know, anything I can do to help. I don't like little kids, so don't bring me around the kids, okay? I used to tell people that come around me, you got 2 hours. I'll babysit for 2 hours. After 2 hours, if you ain't here, you can pick your kids up at the fire station. I'll feed them. I'll look out for them, everything. Because you can drop kids off at the fire station and not get in trouble, okay? So in the state of Illinois, I don't know about them other states out there, but in Illinois, fire station, I know where every one of them is at. So, 2 hours. I'm going to take them to McDonald's, Burger King, White Castle, whichever. I'm going to get them dessert because they ain't going to be with me when they get geeked up, okay? I'm going to take them 2 hours. If you ain't back in 2 hours, that's all I'm good for. I'm going to treat them real nice. After that, you can find your kids at the fire station. I come with a disclaimer, okay? So if you got something going on, well, I ain't got to be around the little kids. I'm cool. I'll deal with the parents, the Ruby ambassadors. I'll help them out any kind of way I can. I can show them where their light is. That's your light. Face the light, face the light. I can help them. But
Hey, Dr. Ron,
yes.
my mom just hopped on.
Yo, what?
My mom,
What about her?
Irene Grant. Yes, my mom is on the line now.
Well, hello, Miss Grant. How you doing? You did such a wonderful job with Miss TQ that she has a passion to pour out love on the children. See, she's investing in the future, and that's a beautiful thing. And I love it, and I applaud you. Somebody got to do it. That just ain't my ministry. Okay, I I know where mine is at. You know, so you can reach out to rubiesoftheworld.org and offer up any assistance you can. I know it is, definitely a worthwhile passion and a very worthwhile cause. Now I'm gonna change subject just a little bit. Since I got you, I'm gonna use you if you don't mind. So don't go nowhere. Stay right there. Okay. I cannot emphasize enough that it's time to vote. It is definitely time to vote. All over the world, we need everybody to make it their job to get out and vote. And I posted something on my Facebook page earlier this afternoon, and I want to have people scroll down and take a look at it. But I want to emphasize this because sometimes people get messed up when it comes time to vote. One of my good friends, Henry Spanky Sutton, they often call him the professor. He's a musician, and he brings music from all genres together. He always works with all type of musicians, and he posted this on his Facebook page today, and I stole it and posted on mine. But it's worth, and I want to emphasize. See, I just gave him credit for posting it, so I want to emphasize this and make sure everybody understands that. And I'm going to quote him: "A vote is not a Valentine. You aren't confessing your love for a candidate. It's a chess move for the world you want to live in." Okay? So I'm going to say that again. It's not a Valentine. You aren't confessing your love for a candidate. Okay, it's a chess move for the world you want to live in. So people understand, just because you vote for somebody don't mean you want to take them home and spend the rest of your life with them. Okay, because I'm assuming if you got a Valentine, that's somebody you're in love with, you want to spend your future with. Okay, but it's a chess move. That means that you like them well enough to be able to affect the world that we all got to live in. So I hope you're a person that likes to vote, Miss TQ. So what do you think about that? You got a comment on that?
No, I saw your post. I thought it was catchy. I like the way he put it. It's not a Valentine, so I did like the post.
Okay. So are you gonna vote? Have you voted already? You a part of the democratic process?
I don't. When I do interviews, I don't get on to that politician things like that. So
Okay. Well, see,
I'm just strictly here to talk about movies of the world.
okay, that's fine. I just want to encourage people to get out there and vote. That's the main thing I want to do. I just want to encourage people to get out there and vote. Okay. So now we're getting close to the time for the end of my show for today. So I'm going to ask Miss TQ what she want to leave you all with as we leave from here today. What do you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Thank you. What I want to say to everybody, when you guys wake up, don't wake up saying, "Oh, another day I got to knock this out." One, be grateful and think to yourself, "What do I want to create today?" That's a blessing. When you say the word, "What do I want to create?" Not what I want to do. Your brain take it as something else to do. What do I want to create? I guarantee it's going to light you up. So when you wake up, that's the most powerful thing I can tell you in the morning. When you wake up, ask yourself that question. What do I want to create today? How do I want my day to go? And you create it from there. So it's all about creation, you guys, and really stepping into our power, who we are. We are creators. So what do you want to create? Because I created movies of the world. What's your next move? Thank you.
All right now, I like that. That's good words to leave folks with. Create something. What do you want to create for today? I like that. Well, I want to thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and be a part of what we're doing over here. It's at that time where we're going to be getting out of here for this week. We want to encourage you guys to like and share. Go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. Check out all my advertisers, my vendors. Check out Cash Crowdfund. Go over to the YouTube channel. Go over to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. We need you to like and share, please. Like and share. Share this information with everyone. This video will be on Miss TQ's feed. So if you didn't see it on the feed today, you can go back and review it anytime you want. Because sometimes people are not available at this time, but they will go back and look at it later on. So we encourage you to like and share. Share it everywhere. You have my permission to send this thing all around the world as many times as you want. So we're going to get out of here. I appreciate it. This is a short show today. We ain't going to go overtime at all. We right there at the time to get out of here. Please, people, pay close attention. Corona is still out there. People are still getting sick. People are still dying. So please be safe. Do not take any chances. Be safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Make sure that you don't, getting close to people, too close to people can also get you in trouble. So, because you never know. You can't see who has corona and who doesn't have corona. So please, please take this thing seriously and be safe. Keep your young people safe. Get in touch with Rubies of the World, because they gonna teach them kids how to take care of you when you get old. Okay? It's an investment in the future that we need to make, most definitely invest in our future. So peace and love to everybody. Thank you for coming by and checking us out. Once again, thank you. Miss TQ, for being a part of what we got going on here. And we're going to bring you back, because we're going to need an update, okay? As things get open a little bit more, we're going to want to hear about it some more. So you stay blessed, stay safe, and see you all real soon.